Good morning, student. I welcome you to my class. Today I am going to teach you Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. It is chapter number 2 from your book, uh, children, and from your literature book. So, as you can see, the full name of Nelson Mandela is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. So he is a person. He has written this from his autobiography of only from his autobiography only. The Wings of Fire. This has been taken. So Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Now, children, Nelson Mandela, he was a very simple man, fun-loving, freedom-loving, okay, family-oriented person. But he did not knew that he had to do a long struggle for freedom. Finally, he came as a victorious person. He came as a winner. And let me tell you about him only. Nelson Mandela, who is the author of this lesson. He was a great hero who gave freedom to the blacks in South Africa. So he was one of the great hero, like the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and he was the one who gave people think that he gave freedom to the blacks in South Africa. Earlier, there was a racism was there in the country, and the whole people suffered a lot. There was the policy of apartheid was going on at that time, and he was born on 18 July 1918. So when he was born, 18 July 1918, he was born on 18 July 1918 in the village of Mawezoso in Umtata, then a part of South Africa's Cape Province. He fought against the apartheid regime of South America, which believed in racialism. So, children, apartheid is a children discrimination on the basis of color or race. This is the word meaning of apartheid. Okay, so he fought against the apartheid regime of South Africa, which believed in racialism. He spent more than 30 years in South Africa prison. He became the first black president of South Africa when his parts came to power in democratic election in 1994. So when he became powerful in 1994, he was the first. Okay, he fought against the apartheid. Children, he spent more than 30 years in South Africa's prison, and he became the first black president of South Africa when he came in power after winning in democratic election in 1994. This passage forms a part of the autobiography of Nelson Mandela titled Long Walk to Freedom. So children, he has written in autobiography Long Walk to Freedom. So this lesson actually is an excerpt from the biography Long Walk to Freedom. Okay, now it is a saga of the glorious struggle that the black of South Africa waged against the apartheid regime to gain freedom. Now, what is the theme of the story? Now, this I am going to tell you. So, the theme of the story, the lesson pays tribute to those black heroes and patriots who waged a relentless struggle against the apartheid or the racist regime of South Africa. Here we find a description of the inauguration ceremony held in the Union Building, attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries of the world. So, children, it's a tribute. What is this? This is this chapter basically is a tribute to those black heroes and patriotic person who had gone through a long struggle against the apartheid or the racist regime of South Africa. Children, we find a description of the inauguration ceremony held in the Union Building, attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries. So children, when he became the person more than people, dignitaries and officers and politicians from more than 140 country, they came, they listened to his speech. Nelson Mandela gave a message of peace and unity of mankind. So first message in his first speech, he has given a message of peace and unity of mankind to the whole world. He foresees a new regime which will be based on the equality of man and woman. He hopes that in the new regime there will be no exploitation of man by man. There will be no room for racialism and segregation in the new order. So children, what he started dreaming in his policy, in his new regime, there will be no racialism and segregation in the new order. Okay, now I will be telling you about in points about the short some background. In short, I will be telling you about the background of the lesson. So point number 1. So point number 1 is first non-racial government. Okay, so this is point number 1, first non-racial government. It was 10th of May 1994. So let me write the date. It was 10th May 1994. So this is the date. The day was bright and clear. The inauguration ceremony of the first non-Christian government was held at the lovely amphitheater in the Union Building in Pretoria. So children, for the first time, okay, in 10th May 1994, and it was a beautiful day, bright and clear day, where inauguration ceremony took place. The inauguration ceremony of the first non-racial government. This is very important. Inauguration ceremony of first non-racial government was held at the lovely amphitheater in the Union Building in Pretoria. So where it was held? In Pretoria. This is the place, in the Union Building. In the Union Building's amphitheater. And children, this was the first inauguration ceremony of the first non-racial government. Okay, and it was where it was held. This is important. You should remember this thing. It was held in Pretoria. This is the place, name of the city, in the Union Building, in the amphitheater. What is the meaning of amphitheater? Children, a place is there where people sit. Seats are there, but there is no roof above them. So it was the largest gathering of international leaders on South Africa soil. So in South Africa soil, it was one of the largest gathering of international leader. So it was the largest, 140, more than 140 people attended from the international government. Dignitaries came from all over the world. So it was, till now there was nobody has come in such a large number. So it was the largest gathering of international leaders on South Africa soil. Politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries attended the ceremony. Now, this is also very important for children. Politicians and dignitaries, okay, from more than 140 countries attended the ceremony. First of all, Mr. de Klerk was sworn in as second deputy president. So after the inauguration ceremony, what took place first? It was the first of all, Mr. de Klerk was sworn in as second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. So Mr. de Klerk was sworn as second deputy president, and Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. Now children, what happened in the inauguration ceremony in the amphitheater? Okay, one where people of more than 140 nations has gathered there. So at first of all, Mr. de Klerk, he was sworn in as second deputy president. Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. Then came Nelson Mandela's turn. He was sworn in as the first black president of South America. Very, very important point. So children, what happened to him? He was sworn as the first black president of South America, South Africa. So Nelson Mandela, he became the first president of South Africa. He was sworn in as the first president of South Africa. Now, my second point. When he was sworn in as the first black president of South Africa, after that, children, he gave a wonderful speech. Brilliant, magnificent, mind-blowing speech, which I'm going to read for you. And this speech became very famous. Okay, and he was admired there by many dignitaries. So when he was sworn in as the first president, okay, Mandela, okay, then his speech, he has to give the speech, and this speech became very famous, world famous speech. Mandela spoke how for decades South Africa was the seat of white supremacy. Now children, in the beginning of his speech, what did he spoke about? He spoke that from the last few decades, South Africa was the seat of white supremacy. That means it was the white people who rule over them. The authority was given in the hands of white people. That means the foreigner, the British or the American or the European. They were known as the white people of the world. Now the presence of all people confer glory. And now children, everybody is present there and hope to newborn liberty. Now children, there was a change. Now the first time after a long period of time, a black person is going to become the first president of South America, and he hoped to that all people confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. Liberty means freedom. The black who were considered as outlaws not so long ago were hosting the nation of the world on their soil. Now children, the black who were considered as outlaw, okay, that means the black people, they were not considered, they were treated very badly, racism was seen, okay, and now they can be seen, they were hosting the nation of the world on their soil. Their victory over apartheid was a common victory for justice. Now children, they have won, okay, they were celebrating their victory. That was a victory for apartheid. I told you what is the meaning of apartheid. Apartheid, it is a discrimination on the basis of color or racism. Now children, these people have won, and it was a common victory for justice, peace and human dignity. Political freedom had been won. Now they would work hard to liberate all their people from the bondage of poverty, deprivation and disease. Never would South Africa again face the oppression of one by one. Face of the oppression of one by another. Now children, what happened in the ceremony, this has been discussed. So first of all, there was impressive display of jets. What is the third point? Impressive display. Children, display is to show. I think here the board is shining, so I will change. I will write it here. Okay, impressive displays of jet. That means, children, here the plane was. What was happening to the plane? Jet plane. There was a show. Okay, they have showed their best. Okay, their capabilities, their abilities of the pilot. Okay, so there was a spectacular display of jets. South African jets and helicopter rode in perfect formation over them in the sky. So in perfect formation, it was roaring. They were in perfect formation. It was also a demonstration of the military loyalty to democracy and to the new government. Then two national anthems were played. At the same time, children, two types of national anthems were there, which shows the peaceful atmosphere of the world, which shows justice for both of them. For the white, even the white were given equality, as well as the blacks were given equality. Now, fourth point of sense of history. Now, in the chapter, fourth point is discussed as sense of history. Okay. Nelson Mandela was overwhelmed. He was extremely happy with a sense of history. A few years after the Anglo-Boer War, apartheid was introduced in South Africa. The society based on racial discrimination was the harshest and the most inhuman society in the world. Now a new system based on the equality of all men, regardless of their color and race, has replaced the old and cruel system. Policy of apartheid. Apartheid created a deep, now children, this is the fifth point. Policy of apartheid. Apartheid created a deep and lasting wounds in the people. The decades of exploitation and oppressions of the black produced heroes like Tambo, Sizzlers and others. So children, the Africans suffered so much that there were many people, they were the black heroes like Tambo, Sizzlers and others. Many sacrificed their life. Many were not there at that time on the occasion because they were dead or they were not there present. So these black heroes were men of extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity. The greatest wealth of South Africa was not in the minerals and diamonds, but in men of such great character. So it is Nelson Mandela who is telling that our wealth does not lie in the diamonds and the minerals of our country, but our real wealth are these men of such a great character. Struggle of comrades. Okay, this is the 6th point, struggle of comrades. Nelson Mandela learned the meaning of courage from such brave comrades. What courage is this he really learned from the man like Tambo, Sislus and others. Courage is the victory over fear. According to learn experience and what he had learned, he is telling his experience that courage is the victory over fear. These comrades were ready to risk and sacrifice their life for an idea, the idea of freedom and equality. Even in the darkest prisons, their hopes and faith were not broken. They never allowed the fame of struggle to be extinguished. Twin responsibility. Nelson Mandela thought that everyone has twin obligation. So now children, the seventh point is first of all children, meaning of obligation is duty. So what Nelson Mandela think, he is telling everybody must have twin responsibility. Okay. Nelson Mandela thought that every man has twin obligation. He has a duty toward his wife and children and an obligation to his country and its people. In South Africa, it was impossible for blacks like him to fulfill both those obligations. If any black tried to live like a free human being, he was punished and isolated. He was forced to live an isolated life away from his family. He was forced to live a life of rebellion and secrecy. So you can see children, so every man has twin responsibility. Now joining the African National Congress. Now this is the 8th point and the important point. Okay. Joining the African National Congress. Mandela realized that not only was he deprived of freedom, but his brothers and sisters were also deprived of freedom. That was why he joined the African National Congress. It was his desire for the freedom of his people and their self-respect that totally transformed him from weak young man to bold one. A law-abiding lawyer was forced to become an outlaw. He realized that freedom is indivisible. He knew the oppressed must be liberated. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. Both of them must be liberated. Now, let me tell you all about the 15 important points. I will be telling you about the lesson now. So, my first point here. The inauguration ceremony of the first non-racial government was held in the Union Building in Pretoria. So that your lesson starts from here. The inauguration ceremony of the first non-racial government was held in the Union Building in Pretoria. Politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries attended the ceremony. Nelson Mandela was then sworn in as the President of the Republic of South Africa. For decades, South Africa had been the seat for white supremacy. The black were considered as outlaws. Their victory over apartheid was a common victory for justice, peace and freedom. Nelson Mandela was overwhelmed with a sense of history. The society based on racial discrimination was the harshest and most inhuman society in the world. The decade of oppressions and exploitation. So the decade of oppression and exploitation of the black produced heroes like Tambos, Sislas and others in South Africa. Mandela learned the meaning of courage from such brave comrades who were ready to sacrifice their life for the freedom of their people. Every man has twin responsibilities: responsibility towards his family and for his people and country. If any black tried to live like a free human being, he was punished and isolated from his family and community. Mandela realized that not only he but his brothers and sisters were deprived of freedom. His desire for the freedom and dignity of his people made him a rebel. He realized that freedom is individual. And finally, children, he joined African National Congress, and it was desired that he should fight for the people of his country. They should also gain self-respect that totally transferred him from weak young man to bold man. A law-abiding lawyer was forced to become an outlaw. He realized that freedom is indivisible. He knew the oppressed must be liberated. And finally, children, he had started to have a twin responsibility on his back. Now, his hunger for freedom changed his life. The desire for the freedom of his people to live their life with dignity and self-respect animated his life. It transformed him from a frightened young man into a bold one. It drove a law-abiding lawyer to become a criminal. It made him a rebel, a homeless monk and crusader for freedom. So this is the life of Nelson Mandela. And according to him, I also told you that he thinks that it is a twin obligation every man has in his life. First obligation toward his family and children, his wife and children, or his family. The second duty is towards his country. And children, according to Mandela, to a true freedom he feels when Mandela was a boy, freedom for him meant to run freely in the fields and to swim in the stream. As a young man, he wanted basic and honorable freedom to earn his living, to many, and to have a family. According to Mandela, true freedom means freedom not to be obstructed in leading a lawful life. So, children, this is there. Why did Nelson Mandela feel that both the oppressor and the oppressed are robbed of their humanity and both of them must be liberated? Children, this is also a nice point to be discussed. Nelson Mandela rightly believes that both the oppressor and the oppressed are robbed of their humanity. A man who takes away another freedom is a prisoner of hatred. So he feels both are equally guilty conscious. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and hate. A man can never be free if his freedom is taken away. Hence, the oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. So, children, this is the situation. Now, according to Nelson Mandela, believed that freedom is he feels that he was not with a Nelson Mandela was not born with a hunger to be free. In his boyhood, he felt free till his father and tribe. When he grew up, then he realized that his boyhood freedom was an illusion. His actual freedom, it was an illusion. His actual freedom had already taken away from him. He aimed to enjoy transitory freedom, like say staying at night, reading and going anywhere as he pleased. When he joined the African National Congress, only then he realized what is his actual freedom. Yeah, okay, he was not given any type of right. Freedom became the great hunger for his people. He desired that his people should live their life with dignity and self-respect. This hunger for freedom forced him to be a rebel and live in a secrecy away from his family. So children, this is all about Nelson Mandela and about his wonderful speech. Now in my next video, I will be doing the explanation of the lesson. Till then, goodbye to each one of you.